Okay, hello everyone and welcome to another Randomised Gaming Fight Night. I'm your host for this Randomised Gaming Fight Night, and as always, my partner in crime and my rival will be
Random Gamer Dragoon.
And in today's stream, we will be looking at Gundam, Mobile Suit Gundam Extreme Verse. This is actually the first of the Verse series. This is the Japanese PlayStation 3 version. There was a follow-up on PS3 called Mobile Suit Gundam Extreme Full Boost, which had additional characters. I think it had all the original. So there is a number of DLC characters for this version. Unfortunately, we don't have any of the DLC versions due to how tricky it is to actually purchase stuff on a Japanese account. You basically have to order in digicards. However, there is still an absolute cast iron array of characters from the Gundam series and just about every Gundam going. So I think this one was up to Gundam Cross and Skull, so it has characters from the original Mobile Suit Gundam. It's got the main characters like Armor Ray, Char, and all the characters you'd expect from things like Zeta, Mobile Suit Gundam. So without further ado, should we jump into it? Are you going to be Domo Kakashi, Dragoon, or are you going to pick...
No, I'll be Domo for this fight.
I have a feeling the Master might have been DLC.
No, Master Asia's there.
Master Asia is there. Yeah, so it does go in order. So you've got... Yes, you've got the original Gundam, you've got Zeta, you've got Gundam Zeta, you've got Gundam... The special Gundam film they did that I can't remember.
The 1 Year War.
Yeah, Gundam.
Charles Counterattack.
Charles Counterattack, yeah, and you got... There's Master Asia. Oh, we actually got enough. There's 4 characters from Gundam. No, 3 from Burning Fight. And I will try to endeavour not to bring up that menu. So, so one of the issues you've got is you'll notice there is no sound for this stream, unfortunately. Well, there will be sound, but it's going to be quite quiet, and you're only going to be hearing the grunts of the characters. There isn't going to be any music. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure it said 2-player when I selected it.
No, it's just a slight technical itch there. Dragoon must have unselected player 2, so... Now, apologies, this isn't a bit of a small window, which is a bit annoying, so... Yeah, it's a bit of a small window in this 2-player verse, so... That's odd, it's assigned us to the same team. We should have been on separate teams.
We can do one fight.
Yeah, we can fight together on this one. So I'm Master Asia in his Gundam. I can't remember the name of his Gundam actually. So you actually got a whole host of moves. The bars, I have slightly stretched the screen a bit so you guys will get a slightly bigger window. I'm getting absolutely hammered there. You can double tap left and right to dodge. Got super attacks as well. I don't know what it is, but every time I've played we've always picked random AI, and every time we pick random AI, the AIs always seem to have like Gundams with spectacular gun range. I took the decisive blow, so sadly lost on that one. Well, it's nice to play one. So this one is change. Yeah, that's what we want to do. So that way me and Dragoon will be against one another. I think that was actually random, unless that was a single battle. Okay, I might actually risk it and just go for random, so I don't know who I'm going to be. Oh, you're playing as Endless Waltz. Oh, that's the movie with Miliardo and Gundam here. It's Gundam Seed. My understanding of Gundam is actually pretty limited. Primarily, it's limited to, if I'm being honest, limited to largely the games. I've never actually seen any of the Gundams, because they are so hard to get here in the UK, because they were basically never shown. So you've got evasive dodges left and right, and you have a whole raft of attacks. You can jump. This is probably actually one of the closest games to Virtual On out there. I'm being a huge Virtual On fan. It's interesting, but it reminds me a lot more of Force, because the matches are a bit chaotic and not quite as well structured as Virtual On. Certainly not going to be short Gundams to play, as it is very chaotic fighting game, this one. I was trying to get my super attacking. Never seem to get. Every time I go for the super attack, I always end up. You do, like Virtual On, have to change targets. It is pretty quick, these matches, to be taken. You tend to get taken down. So because there's so many, and my experience with it, I think we're both going to go for random for a bit of fun, see who we get. So, Team A, Team B.
Lauren, you're playing as?
Yeah, I've got Lauren.
Loran Chihak.
I think you've got one of the other characters from Burning Fight.
Yeah, which isn't normally. Is that his brother, maybe?
No, it's a different character. Obviously, someone who doesn't necessarily appear that much in the Gundam Burning Fight. You've got R1 doing one powerful attack. I have slightly stretched the screen a bit just to make sure that yeah, we're attacking with chains in a minute. That's what.
Poor old Loran there got.
Well, also the bouts in this are definitely fast. Yeah.
matches are pretty, yeah.
These are quick matches. I think we can actually increase our health if we want, but I think
we can choose the BMG as well.
Yeah, that's currently set to off because many of the BMGs are actually licensed music tracks, which I won't be showing in this stream.
Oh, is the map set as well? No, we have been getting some random maps.
Yeah, it's set to random. Map set to random, so... Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, I'm the cool dog character. No, you're the cool dog. L2 to summon others. Oh, I'm this... Wait, is that one of the big... That is, I think that's the big...
one of the big maps. If you played Gundam Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, largely our experience of Gundam comes from Gundam Dynasty Warriors. There's so few Gundam. I mean, Gundam game-wise, I think the first Gundam game wasn't released till there's one on the PS2 in Europe. I think that might have been the first one released over here. Which you might be quite alarmed by, considering it's a series that was on the Saturn. It shows you how poorly documented the gun. Yeah, you basically have a team bar, so you can lose so many times. Each of your droids has a different points cost, so the more expensive ones count more against your team score than the weaker ones. It's really hard to... Quite a lot of these mechs really struggle to close the ground, I have to admit. Come on, bouncing laser. A lot of the time I'm getting... Yeah, I don't know what it is. The AI has this ability to just perfectly land shots. And it will brutally and successfully... Now I'm chasing down your buddy as well. Come on.
Basically out there.
Oh, you took down my partner. That's one of the pure units.
Pro.
Just pausing a second, guys. We're just waiting for Dragoon to come back. Yeah. We're just saying it's quite a quiet night tonight compared to some of the previous nights, so I'm wondering if everyone's out buying stuff.
Ordering stuff
on
online.
Black Friday. Although that's an American event, but obviously we're getting it more here in this country.
I've got Monster Asia this time.
Some of the stages in this are really well done. I mean, this really is a really good game in Gundam Boost. If you want to get it Extreme Verse, I would recommend the full boost version now, because that has more characters, but it is a great game. If you're a fan of Gundam, It's definitely the part. I mean, the Verse series has been going for quite a while, but this one really embodies it a lot better than some of the earlier games that had sort of basic attacks. This one's got a lot more. You can call in units to help and all sorts. So there's a lot of diversity. Something that perhaps was missing in a few of the earlier ones, but there is loads of them on PS2 and there's loads of them. Hell, I think it's based on the first one that Capcom did, I think. Who built the framework for it, and then it just sort of improved there. Taken out. I think we got taken out by each other's shots.
Yeah. You and the Goku, Zaku, standing Zaku by the looks of you.
My rival.
Or your assistant.
Oh! I killed your partner, but you took off mine, and your guy is only worth like must have been 1,000 points. So basically, you have a team score of 6,000, I think, and the 3,000 mechs take like 3,000 points from it, and got 20,000 that one. So I'm Dormo of Burning Gundam fame at the minute. I do like... Oh yes, that's nice. He's actually really fast. I quite like his attacks. Yeah, there's definitely... Yeah, some of them are really nasty. Some of the mechs are not as good.
This guy seems to use a lot of...
Dormo is really... Whoa. What on earth was that attack? Was that yours? No, that was your side buddy. He just absolutely leveled me there. I'm just being juggled left, right and centre at the minute. Yes, in case you're wondering, the top one is a straight rematch. I think the bouts are too quick. We can always extend the health, but I think they're quite a nice length considering the amount of...
yeah, no, that's fine.
It's got a good Gundam length.
Quattro Brigina.
Yeah, apologies if you want the background music. It's all turned off for this video, so... guy's got a nice little plane attack, so there is a huge... You do tend to walk into a lot of attacks in this. Oh, double saber. Now there's something I've been a while since I've seen. I just got absolutely hammered. Your your char in his...
Oh, yeah, the name Shinru or something.
I do like the fact you can like send your shit to the attacks are really good in this. You've got such a good variety. There's so much change between them. Admittedly, the balancing perhaps not the best. I think with a lot of these type of games, it's very hard to create fully balanced units if you're trying to replicate what happens in the anime TV series. Because you're always going to get that mech that had that the breaking attack that destroyed everything to save them and whatnot. Yeah, if you're a Gundam fan, I think this is one of those ideal games. There is a new one out on PS4, and the new one's actually had a Western release, so there's a good mix of them. Oh, I'm getting... So I think it's Gundam Extreme Boost, like, it's not full boost, it's like max boost is the PS4 one. I know some people said they think they preferred the PS3 full boost version, but if you do get either of these import ones, you're going to have to, you're basically probably either going to have to accept the fact you won't get the DLC or fork out for Japanese PSN cards. And I think now that they've removed, I'm not sure you can easily get cards now that they've reduced how you access the PlayStation Store. Okay, just going to start the next round in a bit. I think we've done quite a few of the actual mechs. Hopefully we'll get them all in the stream. I suspect we probably will do. It's definitely, I mean, the Verse series is very, very good. I mean, if I just quickly scan through the characters, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. So the base game by default has 59 characters. I'm not sure if there's any unlockables, but that's a pretty good going for the base package, 59 characters. You did get one bonus mech when you bought it as a pre-order download, but that was only available in the first year, and then by the time I'd actually come to pick this up, it was no longer, the code wouldn't work anymore, sadly. Sony Japan were quite bad for running out the codes very quickly. So I'll jump into Randomised Dragoon's back.
Oh, there was an arcade version as well.
Yep, there's an arcade. There's 3 arcade versions. So there's an arcade version. This is the original arcade release. Then this version. Then there was the full boost update. I think there's been multiple. I think there's been multiple revisions of the arcade version. Hi Naiko, thanks for joining the stream tonight. We're doing Mobile Suit Gundam Extreme Verse. You're the first person on, actually. It's been quite a quiet stream tonight for some reason. Not sure why, seeing as this is a fantastic game. But I know it's Thanksgiving in the US and we've got lots of people going out buying stuff as well. So I've slightly stretched the screen a little bit just so you get more of the play area in the visuals. There's some areas on the screen that are... I'm not sure why this doesn't give you the full... I think it's more of a bug. They do, I think, full burst. They patch the camera angles in the full burst version. But this is a Japanese only release, sadly. I think owing to the Gundam licenses, which I think they've kind of sorted out for the latest one, as you can now get a PS4 version of this. Or, well, the PS4 version, but this is the 3rd installment in this series. Well, he's got a massive sword, your buddy there, Dragoon. I mean, there's some really cool robots in this from the Gundam series. It's got some of the usual regulars you expect, but it's also got some quite... I'd say pretty obscure ones, I think. It's got a couple of ones you wouldn't expect. And of course it's got, yay, finally won. Characters like Shah, Azabeth and Amuro Ray, who you would expect from the get-go. Strange therefore you might ask why the screen is basically the way the design was set up. You've got 2. You can have them vertically, but then it's in a smaller window, bizarrely. I think the sequel has them vertically in the full screen. The sequel improves. The full burst update improves it no end. But this version has a really weird aspect. It doesn't make sense why it doesn't give you the full camera angle. Or it doesn't do it in horizontal either. So I think they made a bit of a faux pas with the camera angle on this one. So I'm Gundam Zeta, I think. No, I'm Zeta. No 8-bit tonight stream. Haven't had Share hasn't been here most of the second half of the week, and no one else at the minute. It's been quite quiet today. I did do an earlier stream as well, so it's I think it's obviously a bit of a quiet day. I think maybe lots of people are buying their stuff, being it's Black Friday. I might do some more PSP stuff next week. I have a bit of a think what I'll do. Oh, I'm Gundam Zeta because I'm Camille Bidan today.
Camille's a man's name, and I'm a man.
Yes. Because they keep taking the mick at, he sounds like his name sounds like a girl. They re-edited because Camille had a pretty grim fate originally, and they made it more. Oh, we've got the spirit of all. And there is a huge. You have a huge range of moves of each of the different mechs, although they do vary wildly. Oh, the Zeta's just getting blown up. The flat screen TV, tell me about it. I mean, fortunately this year I think it's been quite quiet, but the previous years you've had all punch-ups at supermarkets here in the UK. I hate it. It's just Amazon trying to bring an American event that's really not into the West, into the rest of Europe, and
yeah, you could have Black Friday, Blue Monday, Green Tuesday, Orange Wednesday,
yeah,
Purple Thursday, maybe Red Friday the week after.
Apologies, I have got the game sound on very quiet. That's to avoid any. So I've had to basically turn off the game music, but I've still got it turned down low just as a precautionary measure as well. So the best you're going to hit. Oh, I just realised I've got the game sound on mute there. But I've got it turned down so you can literally only hear the low end of the attacks. So you won't be hearing any of the music because a lot of it's licensed, unfortunately, in this. So if you're wondering why the volume is quite quiet in tonight's stream, that is intentional, unfortunately. They're trying to do it in the Netherlands as well, introduce
I'm not surprised. They're probably trying to introduce
yeah,
it everywhere.
Germany, everywhere. I mean, the UK, they've had a few punch-ups in a few them, so I think it's not as bad this year. Although a couple of times when they've actually had the Black Friday sales, when they've actually looked into them, the bargains in them have been pretty rubbish. So I've just been basically ignoring it a bit. Retail shops to me just don't tell me when I buy when I want. And at a minute, due to the current world situations, actually buying stuff in shops is a little bit tricky. I think I'm one of the Turn A units, aren't I? Yeah, the one that can disbody its... Yeah, they do that tactic as well. So I think technically increasing prices to reduce them in this country is illegal, but often you will find...
Yeah, but you can have it on a sale at a higher price.
And then, yeah, you can have it on sale at a higher price. So there's a lot of wizards they're using.
But you have it on sale at a higher price like 3 months before the Black Friday, and then say, oh, we put it on discount. Well, technically it was cheaper in July, but...
And as always, guys, if you are enjoying the stream, please do hit that like button. It's very much appreciated. So especially, yeah, the HUD in this one is not great, I will admit. It's fine in single player, but it just doesn't quite work in split screen. I'm guessing. My guess is it was to hide performance issues. I'm Pro 2 again, so... Oh, I got shredded up there. Like, most of the characters you actually see in the Gundam series, although there's like, oh, there's X characters, most of them generally tend to get killed. That's the thing with Gundam, most of them tend to get killed. Although I suppose it's a realistic reflection on war. Most people don't survive war. But yeah, in this one, it's not the greatest HUD. Come on. I think that's you evading me, isn't it? Because I know you're nearly...
Damn it.
Oh. Oh, I've just got enough cannon. Yeah, she does not have the strongest... Oh, we just lost it. I just lost out there. So I should say, as player 1, I'm top screen and Dragoon is player 2 and is bottom screen. Just in case anyone's wondering, I should always state that. And I should also say that Gundam Extreme Burst was released on PlayStation 3 in 2011. It's developed by Bandai Namco Games, and it was published by Bandai Namco Games. It is only released in Japan, as was its sequel, Gundam Extremeverse Full Boost. The most recentest one is available on PlayStation 4 in the West, and that's Maxi Boost, like Maxi Boost. Full, but I think it's like Full Maxi or something. Oh, we got the training stage. Oh wow, one of you guys is in a tank. You definitely feel the differences between the Gundams.
Yeah, some of them feel quite weak, others feel like absolute killing machines.
Yeah, the tank's quite an easy one to take out. Ooh. Yeah, I can summon my guys, and I can turn into a ship with this guy. Gotcha. So how the game works is basically each character is assigned a points cost, and every time you die, that points cost when you respawn is subtracted from your team score. So by default it's 6,000 points, so mechs that cost 3,000 points will deplete half of it, whereas a mech that costs 1,000 points will only deplete a small fraction of it. Certainly it's a good idea to power your team up proportionally, so that way you stand a good chance. You were playing Sonic Forces. You got all S ranks, did you? Ooh. Yeah, that's not my cut. That's not.
Sonic Generations was a very good game. Sonic Forces was a step backwards.
Oh, I'm in a Zeku. Well, no, am I the? Hey, I got this sort of. I quite like this guy, the dog one. He's got some quite awesome attacks. So basically on the left the HUD shows how many of each attacks you've got, so I can call in doggies to help out in this one. I can also shoot, and everyone can close combat as well. Close combat doesn't cost anything. Yeah, Generations is definitely a better game than Forces, I think. But you probably realise that you obviously had a lot of fun with Forces, but I must admit, I felt the story was just it's just the weirdness of the fact they've given the weird helper, and you can actually have a sort of flamethrower weapon that's just bizarre.
And the idea that Tails has gone insane.
It's a bit weird because you don't play as Sonic, you play as you get to make up your own Sonic friend in that one, so I definitely feel the ally can be the thing lacking in this. That's one thing I will say. Oh, yeah, now that's what I don't like. That shot just literally nearly killed my robot before anything's... If you can get those big shots off... Oh, and I've already lost one guy. Because some characters don't seem to be able to close well compared to others. Okay, that's done an awful lot. Is that you I'm targeting? No, that's the Hakushiki. That's what it's called. Yeah, that attack just destroyed the Hakushiki. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the weird creator thing in that one, but I suppose some people like the creator side, so for me I just think it adds in a weird character that doesn't seem to have much of a role as a result. Because it's not Sonic, because it's kind of a Sonic game where you don't play as Sonic in Sonic Forces, which is a bit weird. Much frantic pressing of joypads. Yeah, you can really get some quite nasty combos with some of the attacks, and you can definitely stun lock enemies. So I'm really going in for the. Can I take you out? Come on. Gotcha. Gotcha.
You blew off my arms there or something because you suddenly went to a sort of shadow mode.
One of you look like you're missing one of the arms.
Yeah, it was like smoke coming out because all of a sudden I lost access to two of my weapons.
There are some nice things in this. It's a really good. I mean, I highly recommend the series. So the PS4 one's the only one released in English, but if you do like Gundam, I highly recommend it.
Oh dear.
You got the tank.
I'm in the tank, yeah.
The thing is, you can keep it range. I found vehicles like that, it's good to keep it range. I found the dog quite manoeuvrable. I mean, the single player is quite good. You have an arcade mode. You also have a. I mean, overall, this is a really nice package. So. Yeah, Sonic Adventure didn't have a random character though. You had a mix of characters, so and you still got to play as Sonic. Sonic Forces, you spend a lot of time playing as the sort of random character at the start. I mean, do you actually play as?
That's quite a nice touch. When you press X to jump, you actually get picked up by a.
Oh, nice. Oh, what, like Suka?
Yeah, like a
little. Yeah, that's a really nice touch. Oh, I'm in night form. Nice. I mean, you do get each of the characters, their supers are very different. So this guy gets a night form. He's nearly got us as well. Oh, we've taken down your teammate. It's actually more dangerous than you think in that tank. Block your buddy there.
He was just about to take out your teammates as well. So.
Yeah, I think there were more than two actually on the PS2. Because we've got the Dreamcast one and Gundam. I'm sure there's more than two first games. This is the Extreme verse, so this is technically the upgraded series. But yeah, I'm sure there's at least 3 or 4 on the. There's a couple on the PSP, and basically each of the different series has introduced more and more. Oh, I got Zeta as my partner. Some weapons actually take a while to charge, so... Inverse Zeta. Yeah, no, there's more than that. There's like Verse Next and... I mean... Oh, specifically released in English. And Verse Zeta. I don't think we've got Verse Zeta. We've definitely got Verse Federation. Verse Federation was also... originally a Dreamcast title. So Verse Federation is the first one in the series. It was actually developed by Capcom. It was a Capcom arcade game, and I think Namco took over after a while. But I think this the series had a few developers on it. But now, normally I would do some extra time after this, but due to the game and the fact you get the music, I can't actually leave this menu screen without having to deal with Linkin Park's Catalyst song. So immediately I could just mute it, but then I'd need to play with the whole game in muted audio. I have a suspicion the Verse Federation game might have been the first Gundam video game released in Europe. Thinking back, I don't think... No, there were a few in the PS1 as well. You did the Gundam Extreme Battle Assault. Okay, I am Palpidus Scirocco. Just trying to work out which... Yeah, I've not actually played the Zeta one. I don't think the Zeta one's that common. Probably should have a look out for it to add to the collection. Those ones didn't use pop songs, so you're all right to cover them a bit better. I really hate games that use music tracks, because I just think a lot of the time it's just lazy. Because it means you're not adding in your own music, and the music's always just doesn't blend in well with the game. I'm really not having a lucky round here. Every time I try and do everything, I just need to get... Oh yes, a win there. Yeah, even games like Tony Hawk, you don't necessarily have to have licensed music in. I think the only place it really works if you're trying to represent a real world environment. So then having licensed music, say if you're in the car and the radio, then there's a relevance for it.
Crazy Taxi wasn't made better by the Offspring
tracks. Yeah, sure. Because Crazy Taxi all had licensed music, so
I know some people like the Crazy Taxi tracks, but I always hate them. I've just blown my armour off.
You actually just stripped your arm?
Yeah. To turn into a smaller Gundam, you get different weapon offsets. There it goes, come back.
Yeah, there's lots of different characters. Like, She's got a nice machine gun attack. Some really great destructibility in the stages as well. I mean, Wipeout had it as well. Yeah, a music dance game, of course, you'd expect to have licensed tracks in. That's probably the...
Rock Band. If Rock
Band, yeah, and Rock Band stuff you kind of expect to have actuals. But other than that, I think games like this have no excuse to use licensed music. It just doesn't make any sense to why you take a... Again, I mean, this is a Linkin Park song in it. I know Linkin Park... But the problem is it means you then can't show it without mass copyright IDs and other things. It's like, well, come on, guys. If you're doing it for the game, you've got to accept that unless you're... Especially because you only put a whiff of the thing and you'll get content IDs. And it's annoying because it's not even the full song. It's just a section of it. Which is what annoys me because in the UK, PRS does allow, I think, something like 30 seconds of a broadcast before... you get copyright, which is it's not fair if you're giving like a music a show and you're giving 30 seconds of any song. I think it's a reasonable justification not to for sort of demonstration advertisement purposes without requesting copyright and things like that. I think that there does need to be some changes with the way, but for me, I just feel the music just doesn't suit it.
And with that sword saber, I sliced him in two.
Yeah. We'll do a few more matches, but we will finish pretty much on the jot tonight. And the Turn X. I want to see if we've done all the Gundam roads yet. A couple of them I'm not sure if we've actually...
No.
We've probably not played as them all. We've definitely... probably had all the characters. Have probably just about all been cycled by about now. It's the mobile suit. Yeah, the mobile suit. The classic Gundam's probably one of the weaker ones. Yeah, Macross, those type of anime games, I do tend to be a little bit careful. I mean, in this, we've had to take some precautions with. Nothing got picked up. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping with this one. I have also taken steps to avoid having the Linkin Park Catalyst song playing in the background, because basically Linkin Park Catalyst is the intro song, and every time you go to the main menu it will play in this. So, and the thing is, it has a much louder volume than all the ambient songs, so the ambient songs...
Oh damn it, I thought I might have...
We should be good on the ambient songs because I turned the volume down so low, so I don't think the game can hear them. I've also technically, they've set to the lowest volume, but it still technically plays the songs, but I think they're so quiet they can't be picked up by the ear.
There might be a couple of characters that haven't been.
Yeah, I don't think I've been charged, so yeah, pick a couple. John Razabeth and Harmon Khan. Definitely the random select does seem to like to pick the similar mechs, yeah. Hasn't actually played this one before. This is Char's mech from the original Gundam.
Yeah, but imagine trying to enter a bug that says, yeah, this character isn't selected or on the random. I'm sure they've been in games before with stages.
I'm pretty sure
Capcom 2 wouldn't select the training stage in random, would it? Street 4 Alpha was one exception where there were more characters in the random select than without it.
Yeah, unless you knew how to access them. Oh yeah, he's a really good mech. Much appreciated for the likes, guys, on the stream. I know there's not too many people cover Gundam, so it's nice to actually cover it and do. We haven't covered too much on the channel, and this is not a monetized stream, but it's nice to show Gundam because I think the series needs a lot more love. Certainly in the West, where I think it's largely been overlooked by a lot of things.
My AI partner got you.
Yeah, your AI partner was rude, so I could not get a blow-in edgewise on her. Oh, you had a massive sword as that robot.
Yeah, that did a couple of nasty attacks.
There are some absolutely crazy Gundams in this. Circle. Yeah, my Gundam knowledge predominantly comes from the mobile, the Gundam Dynasty Warriors games. That's where I first really, because so little of it. I mean, this guy again, we've got a Gundam that looks like a pirate with a massive cape on. Oh, you can actually throw the cape off as a weapon. Not sure if there's any secret characters in this. Yeah, it's got absolutely nailed you there, Dragoon. Oh, and you got me with the counter. Yeah, I think this guy's from Gundam Skull and Crossbones or something, which is particularly like a pirate style one. I wonder if this is their answer to One Piece Hero.
One Piece, the never-ending manga.
Yeah. Okay, that's both of you down. Everyone's picking on me because I'm like sort of weak. Come on, move, move. I'm overheating. Move, move. Oh.
Alright, one more bout. Good one.
That was a very good bout.
Do those bonuses count towards score or shop stuff?
I don't know whether there's definitely the training mode you can unlock stuff. So that was
That's the part guy you should
to
take.
play this circle. Yeah, so you got the other guy. That's one of the other ones.
Let's go for this one.
He's the one from One of Seed, I think. So yeah,
They're
they're
all
all.
from the same one. The
They've both got pirate style.
Gundam.
Army Gundam with my pirate sword. Oh, and the random select's picking. Me and the random select were thinking alike. with my big cutlass sword. So, yeah, it's a big saber cutlass sword. Yeah, the Super Robot franchise is really, really good, and actually a good way to understand a lot of them, because here in the West, well, certainly in Europe, certainly in the UK, we've had next to no exposure to Gundam outside of video games. I mean, they only just started releasing some of them on Blu-ray and DVD, but the prices they want for the series is like, well, I'm not paying. It's like, was it 50 or 60 quid for the full series?
No, if, you have to buy in two parts.
It's like what is effectively a sort of cheap, will be effectively quite a cheap suit. Oh, full screen explosion. He was the one that got us before. What was that attack? Just flying all over the place. This is absolutely crazy. I thought I was a goner of that.
Oh, well, that now.
Well, one of us is a goner. Yeah, that full screen explosion attack is ridiculous.
And I was killed as well in that blast. Everybody got blown to bits.
Yeah, his health gets absolutely slaughtered as well when he does it, but
well, I guess we can call that there then, with a nuke-tastic ending.
Yep, let's run it there. So thank you everyone. I'm not going to do any single player because I need to go back to the title screen and stuff, and effectively I need to mute the rest of the stream then if I want to do the single player. So, and I mean, I'd have to mute all the dialogue, because unless you want to see an entirely muted game there, Nico. I shall just briefly show the single player. So what I'm going to do is I've literally totally I muted the game's audio completely and shut it down. So this is the arcade mode. Hardly available. Yeah, you're right there at Super Robot Wars, with so few actually being sold. As you can see there, we've got a whole host of the Gundam characters in this one. I said there's like 50 of them, but this is the nice shiny character select screen with them all instead of the verse one. Okay, let's be this one from Skull and Crossbones. So yeah, you got the new Gundam characters from various news. Basically, it goes oldest, newest. So this is the oldest one. This is the original one, Mobile Suit Gundam, and then you would go up to all the new. Let's pick the Scythe guy for a bit of fun. So you got different ladders in the arcade mode. There's also a mission mode, which is very subjective, so that's another interesting mode. This really is quite a packed full version. We've got a nice little introduction there as well. And I can hear the theme song playing, which is why I've muted all the dialogue. So apologies. With the Batman wings. So this was the Batman one. This one's actually from Gundam. This is Endless Waltz. I think this is the this is the follow-up to Hero and Miliardo. It was actually like a bonus film they did. So Gundam, it's not Turn 8. Gundam Endless... Oh, Wing Gundam is what it was originally called. And Endless Waltz was a follow-up film where the characters from it were all back together again, battling a new threat. And seeing as it's back to the normal size screen, I will just pop that back to the correct size as well. The AI is actually pretty merciless in this, that's one thing I will say. And I'll just take the RG logo there. So yeah, I won't tell you too much of the single player, but it just gives you an idea of what it looks like full screen. The full robots. But yeah, apologies, there is no audio. I've totally muted the audio to avoid, because the thing is, in multiplayer mode you can kind of switch off the audio. This mode, not so much. And these days, oh, there's another one with the full, that night guy's the one with the full blow everything up explosion. Some sort of crazed vampire. Yeah, I've been playing around with the PSP a bit the last few days. Yep, you do get ranked in this as well, depending how well you do. So, obviously not getting A ranks, that's for sure. Or gold ranks. I think you get gold ranks. I don't know if the ranks give you unlocks. I'm not entirely sure. Target armor array. We've got to take him out in the new Gundam. Oh, nice. That was... I just literally took... That's one down. We haven't got... Armoro's not appeared yet, so... And there's Armorite, come on. So Gundam Endless Duel had an absolutely fantastic verse fighter on the SNES that we'd previously covered in a Fight Night. And we've also done a long play video of as well. So if you want to watch that, you can do. That's by far the best, one of the best Super Nintendo verse fighters released on the system. My buddy's in trouble there, come on. We nearly got Armorite, come on. We've got his new... Yes, we got the new Gundam, there we go. Yeah, I mean, I need to. I'd quite like to cover Super Robot Wars. We've got a few of them now. So we've got the Dreamcast outing. We've got the 2 on Sega Saturn, which were really good, and there is a couple of them that are very, very good. The Super Robot Wars. I've got the N64 one as well. So, but yeah, this Gundam, he looks exactly like. He literally looks like Gundam Batman. This is Gundam Batman. I expect to hear the da 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 theme. The original Danny Elfman theme. Okay, that throw is merciless if you can hit with it. Yeah, he's a real close not so good at range, this guy. Close combat wise, he does a lot of damage though. Oh, nice. Got some sort of invisible. Breath of Waku on Xbox 360. Yes, I have. It's a very good. This is the one I think it is. It's a very good sort of action RPG with isometric view. Is that the one I'm thinking of? Yeah, it's definitely one of those unrelated, one of those obscure games I think a lot of people don't know about. Okay. Wafu, yeah, I was on Xbox 360. That's the one I think it is. It's an isometric. Okay, I'll do a bit. Give it another run. I'm not going to do a full playthrough on this. I will finish up pretty quickly, but. I just will show you, and again, apologies. I have turned off the sound for the single player. It was down for the multiplayer. For the single player, because the music's playing in the background even more, I need to shut it. Make sure there's no chance of getting content IDs because I don't. The main being I don't know. YouTube have now removed their YouTube policy for the songs, so I can't check the songs and then check what their respective copyright policy is for them. So the last thing I want to find is the song is not allowed on YouTube. Oh, Genshi Impact. No, I wouldn't touch garbage like that. After they had that soft security leak, I won't touch anything like that. It's just if you can't respect people's contact information, you shouldn't be making video games. After that delete, yeah, no, I haven't played it and I have no intention of playing it. Nice, the spin throw there, and my partner takes down the other guy. If you look Genshin Impact, basically they made a mistake on the website where it wasn't actually a hack. It was they had basically made a mistake where if you searched for you could somehow search for players and it would bring up their like mobile numbers and personal contact details because they weren't securing. Did I just throw my ally? I think I did. I literally just threw my ally at the enemy. Yeah, this guy is an absolute powerhouse in close combat. So basically, Genshin Impact, if you look it up, basically we're leaking, basically, if you have a security breach or personal data, they basically had basically not secured it properly on the website. Now, if you've got a developer that can't secure stuff properly on the website, I dare say their game is going to be well leaked. So I'll go with more trusted developers like Namco. Did we get Harmon? This one's like, we've got about 4 of them. Oh, come on. No. No, come on. I think there's a guard, but I can't figure out what it is. This guy's actually got a really nasty stealth with that. But he's still able to hit me. Come on, yes. But you're going down there. Oh, damn it, he got my partner. If you have a look at Genshin Impact, there should be news stories on like a security breach. So yeah, I'm not touching Genshin Impact. I'm not a big fan of free-to-play games anyway. I much prefer to pay my submission costs or pay my retail price so I don't get DLC or constant monetization or have the grind made so grindy that you have to pay for it to get the best out of it. Yeah, I mean, 'cause this guy can make himself invisible and also has a really nasty try move. Come on. Gotcha. So partners get me and my partner are both getting hammered at the minute. The whirlwind's actually quite a nasty attack because it brings out a double of you to attack. So now what you got to watch is when they do that, where they tag team. That's probably when you're most vulnerable. So tag teaming the same guy is also good, but you've got to remember the partner's the one that can often do the damage. Oh, I got taken out again. Wakfu. There's basically there's a live action RPG on the 360 that's called Wake. It might be called Wakfu. Basically, it was a let me think. Islands of Wakefu, that's it. It's an isometric title, that's the one. Islands of Wakefu. It's like a live action where it's like an isometric adventure game, but I think it's basically an RPG. Yeah, you can really build up the combos with that spinny one, because you can literally launch the spinny. Yeah, Islands of Wakefu, so it's Islands of WAKFU. It was developed, it might be a spin-off of that one you mentioned. Let me just check. WAKFU. Wakefu, Islands of Wakefu. Yeah, you're right. It's a spin-off of the RPG, the MMO RPG Wakefu. Set in the universe of Dorfus, it was published by Microsoft Studio, and its developer was Ankama Play. So yeah. It's basically it's a spin-off one from the French MMO. So yeah, you're right there. Yeah, it's based on the MMO you said about. So apologies again if anyone's wondering where the sound is. I've had to take it out because the music is... Oh, we've got a big enemy approaching. The music is a... the game has all content, licensed music, just in case anyone's wondering where the audio is. Oh, there's a Santa Claus thing there. Is that special? Literally, we had a giant Santa Claus. What was that? Big Gundam time. Yay! And here's where we get absolutely slaughtered. Or at least because Big Gundam is incredibly movable. I must admit, I generally stay away from video films of game content, but I'll keep it in mind. But yeah, I generally don't. I don't actually watch that much film. I really don't watch that many films at present. So mainly sort of at Christmas and come on, we've nearly got him. Yes, my partner got him. Yes, we've got him down. Okay, so despite my better judgment, we've nearly done a full run. really good. Yeah, no, I've not really heard much about the series. I just know about Islands of Waiter. I wasn't even aware there was an MMO based on it. Gotcha. Yeah, this guy's actually really good. The Batman mech is actually very good. And there's our target. Come on, we can get him. Let's got him, yes. Oh wow, that was actually a silver performance. Nice. I'm actually not doing too bad at all here now. This is it. This is the final one, so... Well, I think there might be a round after this. Oh, here we go, Extreme Universe. So this is the special boss fight. I think with like a unique Gundam. Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean, there are some good game adaptations. I think it's better when you actually have the people who, A, work on the game do film content, because that way it has a proper... Yeah, when the designers of the series and the writers actually work on the game, you have some do TV stuff. That's when you have consistency. The problem, I think, a lot of times is when you have film studios making adaptation of games who know nothing about the... Oh wow, he just blew up me with one hit. I'm just going to send my... Yeah, I'm just getting at... Basically, it's just like full screen explosion. I'm just sending out my... I remember this boss being a bit of a pain when I played him before. Beat him before. No, you're going to blow me up with full screen explosions. How am I going to defend against that? Can't even see what's going on. But basically, if you have the developers of the series actually do the sort of anime or follow-ups, that's when you tend to sort of film tie-ins or TV series as follow-ups. That's when you have a consistency. So giant Uber robot is a major pain. Full screen explosion. Can't even get close to use close combat stuff on him. Basically, do your attacks and hope they come out before he does his. What am I supposed to do there? Just watching my health bar float down. suppose I can use my defensive attack with this guy. Oh, that works quite well. Oh, that's drained all my health. Go invisible, maybe. CPU. That's probably means he's been killed. Before I can even do anything, he's locked onto me. Come on, let's get him. Yes. Yeah, exactly, Namco. You got it in one. It's literally hope for the best. Apologies again. I've got the sound turned off, so you won't be able to see. So there we go with the credits. Mobile Gundam Extreme Verse. Apologies if you wanted to see hear the audio. I just have to have it turned off because of all the licensed tracks. But that's actually a full playthrough of the arcade mode, which is quite surprising. I didn't think it would take. I thought I'd be able to. I thought it would take me a lot longer. That's quite a nice little run. It's a nice way to finish off the video. Then I'll just nip into the verse screen before I finish. I expect YouTube might be telling me no, it's not. Usually if you turn off the volume, YouTube gets a bit uppity that there's no audio, but of course I've kept talking so that way I'll still think there's volume. Yeah, so that final boss is called Gak, and he's an exclusive mech for this. I don't know if you can unlock him, but yeah, it's basically you can't see what's going on, you just see full screen explosions getting blown. No. But it's all good fun. Actually, I did just buy, yeah, Music Composed. It's got all the music compositions there. So I did just buy Gensai on the PSP, which is Hammering Harry, which is available digitally, and that's actually really good fun. So I might cover that next week. That was an REM game. Or it's Hammering Hero, I think it was. Weirdly, it got released as Gensai in the UK, so... But yeah, literally, you're right. Welcome to every match in the final boss. It is... But the last few weeks I've literally picked up, and I shouldn't actually have the PSP so close to the mic with the audio, so that way I can pick it up while I... But yeah, Gensai, which is actually 2008 REM. Yes, REM, yes, Disaster Report. There's Gensan, Gensan, Gensan. It's called Gensan in the West. It was called Gensan in Europe. It was actually released by a French company in Europe. It's called Hammering Heroes in the US. And that's actually quite a good action adventure title I've been playing. So although that was £24, that wasn't cheap to buy. So I'm just gonna go just quickly nip into the next arcade ladder. I don't think it shows that I don't think it marks the robot you finished it with, but so yeah, I did it with Gundam Waltz. but it's quite a good platformer. Basically, it's based on Hammering Heroes. It was published by a company called Dehem Interactive. So they obviously, I've never heard of them. They were a French company, it seems, and they actually did a couple of. That's the same intro because it's from the same manga or same anime as the starting one, because I've got one from Winged Gundam, but just for a bit of fun, let's see what one of these other robots is like. Oh wow, I'm really short. Oh, I see, I am a machine gun beast this time round. And this goes to show you all the different Gundams you've got. You have so many Gundams with call-ins. Got rockets. I can call in other Gundams to help. But yeah, Gensai is actually quite a good title. I've been quite enjoying it. Or Hammering Hero. It's Hammering Hero in North America. It seems to have got a really obscure retail release here in the European market. I don't know if it got an English release. It's supposedly got English, but it looks like it was done by a French company that might have had a very small production print run. Yeah, some of the mechs are very different to one another, so don't think you're going to finish it with every character. Some mechs need... This guy's purely a gun mech by the looks of it. Did buy Robocod as well, which is a game from my childhood that I think I kind of want to relive. So, although I bought the PS1 version, which is another one I might. Although it's not, the PS1 version is technically a remake. Okay, this will take me to the 1:45 mark. So, and there's been a bit of a quiet stream tonight. Maybe everyone's off trying to get their deals on Black Friday. So no 8-bit tonight or. Share either. Hope they're all having a good weekend. But I'm going to run off. We don't have anyone else either. It's been a bit of a quiet stream tonight. The other Friday stream was a bit quiet. Yeah, there were a few publishers like that, like French and German. There was infamously on the SNES a company called Laguna Games who published some games in Europe, and basically they only published predominantly in Germany. So. But yeah, French publisher's actually called, and I looked them up. They're really obscure. I don't even know if they're still in business. DHL. I mean, the game's actually really good because it's the Hammering Heroes from RM. So dhm-interactive.com was the website, and when I looked, they'd published only a handful of games. One game they'd actually published, one I didn't realise, a Shengorki. The Neo Geo Shengorki collection on PS2. Never seen that. So I wasn't even aware of it till I saw it. I saw they'd published that. So that was a really obscure thing. I was like, oh, really? It's one of those. I'd never heard of it, never seen it. And then it's one of those, yep. Yeah, this guy's definitely a shoot them from range kind of mech. But just goes to show how each mech does make the gameplay very differently. It has been a while since I played this, so... break it over. Yeah, well, admittedly, most of the shops in the UK are actually closed at the minute due to the current government regulations. So But I do highly recommend Gundam Extreme Verse and its 2 follow-ups. This is the sort of extreme addition to the Verse series. They started calling them Extreme, I think, to differentiate them from the earlier PS2 ones and stuff. So I do highly recommend them. The Gundam Verse series is very good. It started out on the Dreamcast by Capcom, and then you've Bandai and Namco. I think some of the Capcom staff may have moved to help carry on the franchise, so under Bandai's guidance. But yeah, I do wonder if everyone's out buying. I mean, I did buy some stuff yesterday on the PS4, but and PSP. That was to avoid the Black Friday sale, so just got to hope we don't have Amazon delivery drivers dumping it randomly at the wrong address. We had an item incorrectly delivered to us the other day. We had to figure out who in the street it actually belonged to, so Amazon's delivery services aren't great. Literally, the guy, they didn't have the address on it, so he just dumped it in our office, and it's like, well, this is really helpful, isn't it? Clearly, rather than take it back, they were just dumping packages. I know they've had a lot of problems with PS4s and PS5s and Xbox Series X going missing as well. By the way, I should say I'm actually using, you know, the old scaler you don't like, Naiko, the one that everyone moans about. I'm actually using this to do the PS3 because it also acts as a HDMI scaler, so it's great to upscale like 720 HDP devices to 1080p. It also removes the HDCP, so it's actually a really good scaler to have for those purposes. And it's really it's very stable as well. It's rare to get any signal dropouts. So you've got all different types of charge attacks. This guy's not too many. I do like the fact you can summon up the other mechs. That's quite cool with all of them. But basically, that summon up the mechs is basically what you need to keep them at a distance. So I've got all the gunshots. Okay, there's the target. Yeah, the SCART HDMI thing. Yeah, it also does. Lots of people moan about it, but it also does It also upscales HDMI as well, and it's very, very helpful for just scaling up PS3 to 1080p. Because a lot of PS3 games are only 720, and also removing the HDCP, so you can actually video stuff. Yeah, it also does HDMI, or at least the version I have does HDMI, which is actually very, very helpful. Oh, we got him. Yeah, the one I've got does HDMI to It does SCART and HDMI, and it does RGB SCART or composite SCART, so it does both. It's actually quite good for the NES as well, because the open source scan converter doesn't yet do the NES. I know it interpollinates it, but it's primarily designed for TV footage, not video games, but I think it's a byproduct video games worked it. But it also does scaling for HDMI, and it's very good for taking out so it gives you a very clean capture, because of course by default you cannot video a PS3, because despite the fact they've removed it on PS4, they have yet to update the PS3 firmware to remove the HDCP. Despite the fact they have updated the PS3 firmware numerous times now since the PS4. In fact, they updated the PS3 firmware this year, so you kind of would have thought they would have updated the PS3. Yeah, I remember you saying you had those issues with your PS3 HDMI port. We've got the guy in the really rubbishy tank who we can pick on. Yeah. And there's so much in terms of content this game has, so it is a really good package. He's going to be a nice... Oh, he blew me up at point blank range. Only will say closing distance can be a bit tricky in this. Got him. Yeah, I agree very much with the open source scan converter. It does have issues with games that switch resolution still. I thought that was going to wrap up. I'm actually getting quite far with this guy now, even though he's not a particularly great mech. And again, apologies if anyone's watching wondering where the sound is. It's due to all the licensed songs in the game. I just had to turn them all totally off. So I've just muted the sound totally. So apologies, it is all in silence, but... but it's better than getting, because we'd have to, if we got a thing, it would just take down the stream instantly, which we don't want. So better not to have the licensed songs and actually showcase the game. And it is still available on PS3, you can readily buy it, although you will need to get a Japanese PSN store. Quite like this guy actually with the double guns. I'm kind of a gun. I tend to be more guns in terms of playstyle than close combat. I'm really enjoying this because I really haven't played this that much. So I mean, it's one of those games I really badly wanted. And when I got it, I was sidetracked by other things, but it's really, really good. Although getting gold medals is pretty tricky. There's another cool mode where you have to get objective missions. So, but yeah, I agree about the open source scan converter and like how it's not good when it comes to changing resolutions. I found with some of the console games it was better to set it to no scan in effect for the open source scan converter, so just set to bypass, and that way it seemed to work a lot better. I found with quite a few games that it worked better when it was set to bypass, so you weren't doing any type of scaling, and then it seemed to work pretty well. I think your partner changes whenever you die, which is a bit annoying. Unless it's preset per stage. I've not actually been paying attention. Is it unique per stage or...? Gotcha. Okay, that's 2 down. It's the Zeta, Gundam Zeta as well. I found on the Saturn they were better when you literally just left it as pass-through and nothing more. Certainly you had to scale the two. I found it was better to have the 2 resolutions on the same like double scan or pass-through rather than having them alternating ones. Oh, can we get him this time? Yes, yes we can do. Oh. That's interesting. I don't get interference on swapping from my end, but it's still not. The delay's still far from ideal. So you can, of course, change course if you want, but I'm just going to stick with the same routes for now. I think they get harder as they go along the routes. Who's the big meg we've got this time? Oh, it's the same one. Yeah, I mean, as I said, there is a new. If you're watching this and really enjoying it, there is a new one of these. I think it's Extreme versus Max. No, it's I think it's like Max Boost, which is the new one, and that is actually available in Western territories. That has finally been released in Western territories, which is really good to know. So these aren't. So some of the early PS2 ones were released, as you said, and I think there's then a massive hiatus. There isn't one on PS3. We had the Gundam Dynasty Warriors released, but not any of the boosts for some reason. None of these ones were released for some reason. And Bandai really shooting themselves in the foot by not releasing them, because it has sort of damaged the Gundam brand to some degree, because it just doesn't give you coverage. Yeah, you always get some delay with the open source scan converter on resolution changes because it's just not set up to do instant changes. I think because you need to do almost like the other scaler where you're forcing everything into the same resolution. Certainly getting better at this. This guy's quite a good one, this gun one. The Batman Gundam was better, but this guy's quite a good fun one for the shooty side of it. Oh wow, I've actually done a second playthrough. Now, this is where the Gundams get a bit tricky when they start moving all the time, and then none of your shots hit them. This guy's not a close, although he doesn't even actually have close combat attacks. He just does. That close combat attack is initiated really close as well. Yeah, the OSSC is always, if you remove it entirely, I think basically it's always going to be better when you don't have the open source GAN converter with resolution changes. Oh, there's the boss. So take him down without too. We've got to ignore it. We've got big mech, that big mech battling me, so I want to try and avoid that one. Come on, get in there. Get in the shots there, lads. Get in the attacks. My partner's got like Zippo health as well. Come on, get in there. Yes. Got him. Narrow victory. Got this intro again. Oh, it's got a different suit this time. Okay, so what's its moves this time then? Okay, because that's actually quite a sort of non-mobile suit, this might not actually be too hard this time around. Oh! My word, that's a full screen laser beam, so that's basically, well, you've got to go airborne to deal with, stop that damage. Can we take him down? Yeah, it's a bit crazy this one. Dress and... Right, can I get it? Can I get it? I've just got to keep the pressure up. My CPU part. Okay, I'm in real trouble if I get killed now. Right, I've got to stop him from doing his Uber. Oh... I think he's loosely based... He's like a combination of... He looks like he's a combination of the pure... Dishing her speed, yeah, she just came over the last minute that were... I should say the robot did in the weird dress. I think it's loosely based on... It looks like it's based on Puru and Puru 2's mech design in Harmon's. The top half and the bottom half's based on some of the other ones. Okay, that's what... So I can do quite a lot of damage if he gets in close. Okay, doing much better this time. Oh, it's just... But that's the thing, when you get good... You sometimes get a good angle and then it's... Good night Vienna, so... You are also relying on him not moving around too much so your shots hit. Okay, I'm relying on my partner not to get taken out. Yes, got him that time. And we get the crates. again, straight into another single player. So, yep. There's definitely no ending. I don't know if there's some sort of something you get for beating on the higher difficulties. But okay, I'm going to finish there. That has been Gundam, Mobile Suit Gundam Extreme Verse. It's the first of the Extreme Verse series, which was an extension of the Verse series. The latest one, as I said, is on PlayStation 4. This is the 2010 arcade game that was released on PS3 in 2011. This is just called Extreme Verse. So that's it from me, everyone. Thanks for watching the stream. Thanks to Namco for keeping me company on this Friday Fight Night stream. It's only been a bit quiet tonight. Obviously, maybe everyone's run off down to get their Black Friday discounts. Yeah, I have noticed that it's slightly off-center, the PS3, but then you should be able to adjust it in the options, or it might just be a weird thing the way the PS3 set up, because this was their first 1080p console, so there's just a little bit to the right, I've noticed. To the very right, you're missing a line or two. And I think the top's got a space line as well, but thank you for watching, everyone. I've been your host for this randomised gaming stream, Random Gamer Riven. And I do highly recommend any of the Mobile Suits Extreme Gundam Verse. And if you only have a PS2, do look for the Verse games on the PS2 as well. There are quite a few of them. They are all very good. And there are a few Gundam games on the PS1 as well, although none from the Verse series, but there's Gundam Battle Assault, which is very good as well. So that's it from me, everyone. I'm going to recall this time here, as it's been actually 2 hours. I wasn't expecting this one to go on for long. Apologies for the fact that I've had to have the apologies the fact that I've had to mute the sound. That was purely because the game does use licensed audio. I know we had it in the Verse mode, but in the single player the music's a lot louder, so I just have to be a bit careful there, unfortunately. So it is all quiet, this thing. You have to play some music in the background or something when you're watching it. But apologies that it does mean we lose all the sound effects as well, but at least that way we can showcase this excellent game without running afoul of copyright policies. It's one of those things that there's not an option to turn off the licensed music. It'd be much easier if they'll just turn off licensed music, but there's not an option, sadly, in this game. But this has been Gundam, as said, Gundam Extreme Verse, and it is available on PS3, and the follow-ups are available on PS3 and a new one on PS4, Max Boost, I think. And that one did get a Western release, so if you like this and you want to play it on your PS4, head over to the shop and search for Gundam. It's definitely in there, and it's a really enhanced follow-up. I think there's about 4 or 5 arcade games based on this series, and the console version is sort of an amalgamation of the different ones. So that's it from me. Thanks to Namco for being on this stream. I'm going to call it there. Thank you, everyone. Been a pleasure as always. I will see you next week. I think I might do some more PSP stuff next week, or maybe some more Mega Drive stuff. I'll have a quick think. I might do some PSP stuff again next week. It's been a blast. I thank you all again, guys, and I will be back next week to stream again on behalf of Randomised Gaming. I also need to get some long play stuff planned, due up as well. We've had the Tekken video up as well, seeing as because we had an issue with our previous Fight Night getting taken down, but that's now been reinstated without issues. So I think there was a mistake on the YouTube automated bot. I know a couple of people have complained about automated takedowns at the minute, which is understandable due to the current situation. But that's it from me. I wish you a good night, a good evening, good afternoon, or a good morning wherever you are in the world, and I will see you all in next week's stream. Bye, guys.